There's a beautiful painting that's hung in one of the art galleries in London, and there's a whole floor that's given over to Italian Renaissance paintings. When I was a student in London, I used to go, and there were one or two paintings that I would just literally sit and look at the beautiful detail. But there's a painting by an Italian Renaissance painter. He painted this beautiful oil of Christ being held by his mother. And it's quite a large painting, and it's hung in this gallery. And there's a very famous British art critic. His name is Robert Cummings. And he describes a day where he goes to that particular art gallery, and he stands in front of that painting and he looks at it. And even though he can recognize the skill of the brushstroke, the beauty of the color, he wrote, there's something wrong with this painting. The angle of the mother, the way she's holding her baby, the hills in the background, something's just not right here. And he stood there. It was a very busy day in the art gallery, and he surveyed the painting for some time. And then this thought came to him: what if this was never meant to be hung in an art gallery? What if this painting was meant to be hung in a place of prayer? So this very well-dressed, very well-known art critic did something that he says he's never done before in his life. He got down on his knees in the art gallery in front of the painting, and he looked up, and it changed everything. He realized this was not a painting that was supposed to be stood and stared at. This was a painting that had been commissioned to be seen through the eyes of worship. From that place on his knees, as he gazed up, everything about the painting had changed. Mary was holding the baby close. The hills were in the background. Everything was beautiful because he changed his stance. And honestly, that's my prayer for us this year. We can stand and stare at our world, and all we're going to see is what's wrong. We're going to see what everybody's doing wrong, how they're expressing it wrongly. How would it change your life? How would it change my life if we viewed this world instead from a position of worship? If we got on our knees before we ever headed out the door on any given day, would we begin to see this world with the eyes of Christ?